that whenever I carry it in the crook of my arm, right after I will see red marks on my skin. So this bag can really only be worn as a shoulder bag or as a crossbody. But if you wear it as a crossbody and then you try to open up the bag, again, the top handle tends to hit you right under the breast area, which really hurts. So that kind of defeats the purpose of having like a carefree handbag. And I did buy this handbag specifically for work, and I wanted something that I don't have to worry about. That's why I got it in the caviar leather, but then I found out that it was a little bit difficult to use. The next thing that I don't really like about this handbag is the fact that the bottom tends to sag. So right now, like, I bought this because of the feet, of course. Like I said, that is one of the pros, that it does have 4 feet. But because it has the 4 feet, this sort of whole bottom part, and it's not even that big of a bag, but the whole bottom is just sagging already. And it's not structured enough that it would like stay straight. It is a pretty structured bag, but at the same time, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, now that I look at it, I know, like, I feel that it's just making a sort of smiling face at the bottom, and I don't like the way that looks. I think it looks like as if the bag is quite old and the bag looks quite used, even though I've only used it like maybe 5 or 6 times at most. And yeah, it just has that sort of smushy look right here at the bottom, which I really didn't like at all. And speaking about the looks of this bag, the other thing that I didn't like about the look is that this flap part actually goes up a little bit. I don't know if it's very obvious on camera, but this sort of flaps up, and I think after a while it's going to do that even more. So I just didn't like the fact that it's already starting to do that at the side, and considering that this is just brand new from the store, you can already see that it's sort of like going this way. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I don't know. It just seemed so weird. So I didn't like the way that looked. I know that's probably because of the shape of the bag, but personally, I just didn't like the way that it looked, and I think over time it's probably going to flap up even more. So yeah, that is also something to consider, that this handbag may not age as well as, let's say, the classic medium flap. The third thing that I didn't like, or am I on the third? But anyways, I lost track. But anyways, let's start talking about the interior of this bag. And I did say that it is very spacious on the inside, and I did like the fact that it has like a compartment back here and then a compartment right here in front, and then it has this zippered compartment. But I found myself never really using this back compartment because it was just so hard to get into. And then the front compartment, even though it can contain everything that I wanted it to contain, I found that the opening right here is actually very difficult to get in and out your stuff. And because it was a work bag, and because I wanted to carry a lot of stuff on the inside of this bag, I just found that the space was very limited, even though this bag looks big on me. And I know that the bag does look quite large for my frame, so I was thinking that it could carry a lot more than its actual capacity. So, but in general, Chanel bags, I find that the capacity of a Chanel bag is, I don't know if it's because of the way it's made or the structure, but usually they do tend to carry a lot less than my other handbags from different brands. Another con that I found with this bag, and I'm still talking about its looks, is the aged gold hardware. And at first I thought I would really like that sort of vintage vibe of the gold, but then I found like the way that it fades is all just at the edge part. And yes, it looks vintage, but at the same time it just looks like I don't know how to take care of my bags. And I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but the only places that are really faded is really just the edges of the hardware. So it makes your bag look like it was really handed down to you, even though it is a relatively brand new bag, and it looks like it needs to go back for electroplating, or it needs to go back for another plate of gold. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just didn't like the way that it looked. Like, I have a Le Boy bag which has the exact same type of hardware, where it's the aged gold matte hardware, and I like the way that it looked. I found that it was very evenly done, and even on the Gabrielle I like the way that it looks, but on this bag it just didn't look right, or there's just something wrong with the way that it looks. But I guess if you are choosing a COCO handle in a different sort of hardware or a different sort of color hardware, then this of course wouldn't apply. Another thing that I didn't like about the COCO handle is that it looks old right away. And what I mean by old is that it tends to crease right here at the top part. So because of when you open and close it, this back part right here already has a sort of crease, and that isn't even from opening and closing it a whole lot, but it creases very easily, even if you remember to take care of your bags. And I do really baby my handbag. I'm usually very careful, but even with being careful with this handbag, like, you can see it right away that it already feels like it has been used for years, which isn't the case. Mine is a 2018, so I bought this in early 2018, and it is a series 28. So that's how it looks like right away. So yeah, that was something that I wasn't really too crazy about, my handbag looking like.
I've got my migraine pill, I've got some nail clippers, I have my Mugler Angel right there on this side, I have Pepto, there's lens wipes, there's eye lubricant drops. I also have some Splenda salt, Band-Aids, not Splenda, Stevia. There's a flosser stuck in here somewhere. You know, just the emergency stuff. There's my little foldable scissors. So, you know, just the stuff that you need. And there's also right here on the top, in a little tiny bag that I've rolled up, I put some Tylenol and Aleve. And I'm using this little skinny wallet because it's the smallest one, thinnest one I have. So I have my necessary cards in here, ID, insurance, all that stuff is in this one little thing. So that's working good. Down here in the bottom I have my pumpkin cupcake hand cream. I have a MAC mascara sample, travel size. Trying to show you how it looks down in here. My hair coily. An eyeshadow stick from e.l.f. It's a good neutral color that'll match anything else. My candy corn lip gloss that I got, I think last year from Bath & Body Works. I love that one. It's so sweet and it smells just like candy corn. I have a couple of Kleenexes left in here that kind of got crumpled up. My truck key. My massager for my neck and when I get migraines. There's some eye drops. There's still plenty more. A pad. My Ray-Bans that I've had forever. Excuse me. And over here on this side that you've probably been seeing, I tucked my earbuds. I got a new pair. My other one's kind of conked out on me. And then over here on this side, I tucked a mirror. Sitting on my bed, and this little round bag is wanting to roll. On the other side, I had my mints. They were tucked in over here like that. And in the bottom, I just had the info that came with the bag. And I don't remember why I stuck this in here. Maybe I thought it would be cute to go on my keys or on the side of the bag or something. I made this a long time ago. It's like a keyring, bracelet, wristlet sort of thing, and it matches pretty well. I don't have a whole lot that matches this bag except for maybe my leopard puffball. Anyway, I think that's why I stuck that in there. Let me see. So I think that's it. There's no interior pockets, but here's what here's a tag. Here's what the interior looks like. But I'm noticing that there's no stamp on there. There's no stamp on the zipper. Or here. But then I noticed that the crossbody strap does have stamps on the hardware. So those are the kind of details that I notice on bags like this, but I'm still happy with it. I love it, and it's good quality. It's very sturdy. It came very well packaged, like in about 3,000 different wraps and boxes and plastic and everything, so it wasn't dent.
Hey guys, it's Emily from My Closet Rocks. Today I'm going to do a review of my Chanel double flap, and I can show you what fits inside as well as how to authenticate this bag. So first off, this is the red lambskin Chanel. So I love the look of the lambskin, however it is extremely delicate and it does scratch easily. Keep that in mind. Caviar leather is a little bit better if you're looking for a more durable bag. So let's see what fits inside. So we open the bag. There's actually a little bit of space in this pocket back here, as well as an upper little pocket right here, which you can fit very tiny things in. Now underneath the second flap, here's what's in my bag. I've got my large set of keys, lipstick, my Prada wallet, lotion, tissues, gum, and my Google Pixel. So it's actually quite a bit, and in here you can see there are two interior pockets as well as this little pocket right here. So it does have some organizational capabilities, and this is a great size for an everyday bag if you don't carry a bunch of junk like I do. There are a couple things to look for when authenticating your Chanel double flap bag. First off, the stitching. Stitching is huge. Make sure there's at least 10 stitches per inch. For the newer bags, screws will always have just one line going through them. Here's what it looks like. This bag has a back pocket. Make sure that the squares and triangles match up accordingly. If they are mismatched at any point, it is a fake bag. Make sure to pay close attention to the CC on the front of the bag. The left C should overlap the right C on the bottom, always. It's very common in fake bags for this to be switched. Check for a logo engraving on the snap inside the bag. It should say Chanel Paris. Check for the printed logo in the interior of the bag. It should say Chanel Made in France. Make sure the interior CC also is overlapping correctly. There should also be an 8-digit serial tag inside the bag in the corner. If your serial tag has 8 digits, that means it's not vintage. Vintage is 7. And if there are 8 serial numbers, there should be a strike through the zeros in the serial tag. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more authentication videos. This guy's for sale on www.my-closet.rocks. Let me know if you guys need any help with authentications, and thanks for watching.